Direct mail marketing campaigns are an important tool for any real estate professional. Here's an example of a direct mail asset that I recently received. You see the call to action, a property was sold. You see where the property was. You see who the new owners were. You also have a call to action to call the realtor, John Turner, and a telephone number. And finally, you have my own name and address, which is used from, of course, part of a mailing list. Now, one of the disadvantages of direct mail assets, they're fairly expensive to produce. They require postage, decent paper. They have limited size, and also, Mr. Turner doesn't know if I've taken the time to actually look at this asset. So today what we're going to show you is how you can leverage Tour Me Now and some of our partner products to create augmented reality experiences to make these direct mail assets both traceable and much more deep and compelling. The first thing we need to do is we need to generate this asset list. So let's go ahead and do that. We use a tool called Prop Tools in order to generate address lists. Agree to the terms and conditions. Go ahead and log in. Prop Tools has public records information for North Carolina, South Carolina, the east coast of Georgia, and here in Northeast Florida. Let's go ahead and zoom in on our neighborhood. What I'd like to do is to create a quick radius search of 1/4 mile of all of the homes that are owned by individuals. We'll hit search. And I want to export this address list as an Excel mail data. We'll call this Boone Park Mailing. So let's see what's inside of that file. This is a standard mail merge, comma separated file. The mailing name, street address, city, state, zip code. What we intend to do is we intend to create a QR code that is unique for each of these individual addressees. Let's show you how we do that. We use one of our other products called AR Clue. So I'll go ahead and log in. We'll create this. We'll link up to the demo customer, and we'll create a new campaign. We'll call this campaign Boone Park Flyer. Each campaign needs a campaign endpoint. The campaign endpoint is the website that the user is going to be taken to when they scan the QR code. So in our case, we've already created a website that starts off an augmented reality experience. And here's its URL. In addition, every time someone scans one of these QR codes, we can receive an email notifying us of the activity. And finally, we need to select a printer who's going to print out the mailing. The next thing we need to do is we need to load in our address list into the campaign. Here's our address list. Upload it. Very quickly, we load in 272 records. Now what we want to do is we want to download this address list and the QR codes to our desktop to create a mail merge print job. So we're going to download this package. Okay, we'll click Save As. Let's go ahead and extract this package to see what's inside. Okay, so we have two really bits of information in this package. The very first thing we have is a CSV file and this directory of QR codes. First, let's look at the CSV file. What we've done with this CSV file is it's exactly the same as the original list that we generated from Prop Tools, but we've appended a unique QR code for each individual addressee. And these QR codes can be found in this QR code directory. So now that we have the CSV file and the actual QR codes, we can use these with a mail merge template to create a customized mailing. So let's open up this template. Okay, so what we've got in this asset is some nice pretty pictures of the new property, some information about the realtor, a call to action. We want the individual users to scan this QR code so that they can both bring this asset to life and let us know that they're interested. And we've got a section of data for us to be able to have the mail merge information. So let's go ahead and delete what's there now and go ahead and finish filling this out. So here we'll go to Mailings, Mail Merge, Step-by-Step Wizard. Our first step is to identify our list. It is a comma delimited file, and the first row contains our headers. We hit OK. Great. Now we've got all the information that we're looking for, so we'll go ahead and hit OK. The next thing that we need to do is we need to add all of our individual mailing fields onto this template. So let's grab the mail name, the street address, the city, state, and zip code. Finally, what we need to do is we need to put the QR code in this little bring to life box. And the way we do that is with the picture field. So we select picture field, we scroll down to the QR code, and we also have to click this specify folders button. This is where we're going to specify which directory in the package it's going to find those QR codes. And remember, they're in the QR codes directory. So we'll open it up, hit OK. And there's our QR code. So I want to grab this QR code and drag it into our little bring to life box. Perfect. Well, we're almost done, so let's go ahead and hit the next step and look at a print preview to see if it's looking about correct. And I see one particular problem. I've got 2 copies on each page, so I'm going to change that. And I also want to print the assets on one page. So that should be multiple copies per sheet. There we go. So now we have the QR code, the individual addressee, the images that we're looking for. We're ready to go ahead and test this out. So what I'm going to do is switch this printer to my printer. I'm going to change the printer properties because we only just want to print a draft. Well, actually, let's go ahead and do a normal printing. The reason why we're going to do a normal printing is we have to scan these images, so I want to make sure that we have pretty decent fidelity. And now what we're going to do is we're actually only going to print off a few of these records, and we're going to do these records randomly. So we'll say maybe 3, maybe 7, maybe record 26, maybe record 111, and maybe record 222. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and print these out. Now this is going to take just a second to print, so I'm going to pause the video until the assets are printed out. Alright, now we've printed out our assets, and we can compare the experiences of the 2 different assets. So first, let's go ahead and remember where we started, a simple postcard with some general information. And look what we've printed off now. We've got basically a postcard format, a QR code with a call to action, and a nice picture of the property. But again, it's very static. So let's go ahead and extend this application just a bit. And don't forget, one of the things we also did is we added the ability to be notified every time someone scans one of these assets. So let's watch this occur. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our trusty smartphone, open up our QR code reader. From the QR code reader, we're going to scan the call to action. And this is going to take us to a web page that's got some information for us. This is that custom landing page we were talking about. See, now on our smartphone, we see a picture of the property that was just listed. We see download our app or bring our postcard to life. And you'll also have noticed that I just received an email. So let's go ahead and zoom in and look at what that email says. Sure enough, alerts at AR Clue, Boone Park flyer scanned. Let's look at some more details. It says Mr. Charles Radford at 387 Jean Street just scanned our asset. Is that correct? Sure enough, Charles Radford at 3870 Jean Street is the mailing that we're currently looking at. But that's not all. One of the other things that we wanted to do is we really wanted to make this asset even more dynamic. Let's see how we do that. So we actually have two call to actions on this web page. We have one call to action to download our application. This downloads the appropriate augmented reality browser from either the App Store or the Android Marketplace. And we also have this other link that says bring this postcard to life. And this is linked, of course, to this call to action, bring it to life. So let's go ahead and bring this magazine to life. What this is going to do is it opens up our augmented reality browser and downloads the appropriate information. So now our phone is actually using its camera to scan for certain images that have meaning to it. So let's see what that's like. One of the images that we have on this asset is this Century 21 logo. So let's go ahead and bring our camera over the Century 21 logo.
Hi,
and you'll see that we're going to kick off a movie of this particular realtor talking about why they are a realtor. If we click on the movie, we're then taken to their website. In addition, we've also added another bit of image recognition down here to the property itself. So when I drag the phone over the property, I actually get this really pretty movie about both the property and what's going on, both inside and outside of the property. Gives you lots of opportunity to make this asset even richer. Click on the property itself, and we're also taken to a website, a web page for the property. And this can allow you to do all kinds of different things. Maybe schedule a listing appointment, get more information, contact the agent, all kinds of stuff. So, as we've just shown you, this is how we can leverage augmented reality, QR codes, and the unique technology of Tour Me Now to take what used to be a fairly generic mass mailing asset and turn it into a really unique experience for your customers. Thanks very much. Hope you learned something. Have a great day.